Hey, what's up, what's up, what's up? How you doing? How you been? What's going on? What's good? Are you getting it? Somebody's getting it for you? What's good, people? Woo, what's good, people? Is it there for them? No, that we call Tuesday. Anyway, the man said, what's good, people? Oh, I have to come to you today, and I was talking to, like I always said, I'm going to be our little spokesperson, whether you want to watch it or not, stuff like that, in case it may be. Did you know, while you were the kind of person trying to live your life as far as the LGBT community and stuff like that, that Michigan passed a law. Now, they passed a law stating that, okay, let me get down to it. It's a pastor named Pastor Stacy Shrimp, and his last name is S-W-I-M-P. Okay, and he's from Michigan, I'm assuming, but he went to the House committee. He went to the House committee and pushed forward to stop serving rights to the LGBT community. And that being said, and Michigan House have passed a bill that allows the EMT to refuse treatment to gay people. And this pastor is saying that, you know, he feels as though that you should not treat them, because the simple fact of the matter is that it's a disagree against God, and reference to that you shouldn't give them medicine, you shouldn't try to prolong their life. He feels as though that it is God's work that they need to just be put to death because of their sins. And the thing about it is that evidently they signed on to it because they passed the bill in Michigan and state that the EMT do not have to give you does not have to help you when it comes down to, I guess, you know, what do they call it when they come there to pick you up and stuff like that? They don't have to give no type of assistance, stuff like that. But by law, I feel as though they should, because you are a human being before anything else. And he's comparing it with the LGBT community and stuff like that, stating that, you know, that he went back to slavery days, saying that, you know, they didn't have to cross the street when it came down to you know, the gay people didn't have to cross the street, and the gay people didn't have to, you know, go through the changes that, you know, that black people do. But I'm going to flip back to this because I'm going to let you hear. I'm going to read it from my desk and let you get an idea of what he said, okay? I'm going to shoot to my desk. First, I'm going to let you see the video of what he said. Then I'm going to read to you what was said within the House community, okay?
I want to jump right into the narrative of civil rights, because one of the things I see taking place is there's a comparison between the homosexual allegation of gay rights and black civil rights. And as a minister of the gospel, as a black American whose parents participated in the freedom riots, my ancestors were slaves on plantations in the state of South Carolina, Arkansas, Tennessee, Indiana, and Mississippi, I stand here today rather offended. I sit here today in front of you rather offended. Black Americans have had to stand up or step off a sidewalk in the past whenever a white American walked by us. I ask, has anyone from the LGBT community ever had to stand up or step off the sidewalk whenever a straight person walked by? Lesbian, homosexual, bisexual, and transgender Americans have never been denied their voting rights, nor have they been denied the right to assemble. No one from the LGBT community has ever had fire hoses turned on them by the police department. They have never been drunk, they've never had to drink out of an LGBT water fountain. There is no public record of LGBT, homosexuals, lesbians being forced to sit at the back of the bus in an LGBT section.
Hey, what's up, people? I'm just coming to you here because I want to read this to you that I got on the computer, and I want to read it to you for what's going in the Michigan law. It says, I know I usually don't do this in here, I do it in my bathroom, but it's going to try to take it from here. Anyway, it says, over the weekend, Republicans in Michigan Statehouse passed a license to discriminate bill that would give just about anyone the right to refuse service to the LGBT people. It is a conflict within their religious belief. The broadly written Religious Freedom Restoration Act would allow, for example, an EMT to refuse emergency treatment to a gay person, or a pharmaceutical to refuse to refill HIV medicine because God discrete gays and lesbians should be put to death. The measure is similar in one in Arizona that even right-wing governor. Okay, and this is in Michigan, and they're saying a Michigan speaker larger fast track of the bill, which passed 5950 along with party's line, I support individual liberty and support religious freedom. Blogger said, I have horrified at some of the claims that people's faith should only be practiced while hiding in their homes. If it passed in the Michigan state and signed Governor Rick. Okay, no one from the LGBT community has ever had fire hose turned on them by the police department. They have never had to drink from the LGBT water fountain. Pastor Swip told the House committee that considers the measure. There is no record of LGBT homosexual lesbians being forced to sit at the back of the bus at the LGBT section. Anyway, that being said, I just wanted to put this out here because I try to let you know the different things that's going on within our world and stuff like that. Okay, I'm going to take it back to the bathroom where you can see me better. Okay? Okay. Did you get that? Did you see all that stuff that he was saying and stuff like that? You know, he's upset behind the LGBT rights, and he feels as though it should not be compared to, you know, what black people went through as far as slaves and stuff like that. And my thing is this, is that he was stating that, you know, the LGBT community did not have to get off the bus, sit to the back of the bus, drink from the water fountain that was only, you know, LGBT or gay friendly. And they also, the LGBT community was not fire hosed down as far as, you know, from the slavery days and stuff like that. You know, I find it funny because it's a black person that's doing this, and if anybody should be able to understand discrimination, it would be him. And the sad part about it, it shows a lot of ignorance on his part, because there is no such thing as the LGBT community that is only one race. It is a race that divides us all, but puts us all together at the same time. As far as sitting on the back of the bus, there were gay people probably in the LGBT community back on the back of the bus back in those days, because he wasn't even back there in those days when they're being water holes and stuff like that. As far as I can see, he wasn't back there. And the simple fact of the matter is that if he was back there, he would have much more compassion with it when it has nothing to do with you. Now, for you to say there's never been fire hose, so in other words, you're trying to say that all the black people that was back in the day of being slaves or being sitting at the back of the bus and being fire hose were all straight people? No, I hate to misinform you, but there were gay people all from the beginning of time. We are looking at our money to the day, the 21st century. We're sitting here looking at our money with men with wigs on top of it. So there's gay people that's been around for years and years and years and years. But my thing is this: what does it have to do with you? If you're not in the business of sleeping with one of the gay people, you should be in the business of worrying about what they do inside their bed. Because when you're in the bed with them, whom you want to be in the bed with, no one is asking you to take a survey on how do you have your sexual intercourse and how do you do it, and the steps that they need to take to follow through to go to the straight world way of thinking. Anyway, that being said, so he also states that, you know, that from the law they're saying that, you know, emergency can refuse treatment and give they don't want to give HIV medicine. The pharmaceutical can refuse giving you HIV medicines and stuff like that. You know, it's just so sad because he feels as though we're not being discriminated against and stuff like that. And I've done tons of videos in reference to a lot of girls that's been murdered because they are who they are. Gay people getting gay bashed because of whom they are, the way they are. But he does not live that life, so how would he possibly know? And then when they do find out someone who does live that life, they feel as though it's the work of the God. But it's not the work of the God. It is the work of the evil man like him that sits behind the desk and try to find fault within something that has nothing to do with you. Okay, there is 29 states where you could be fired from a job for being gay. And there are 29 businesses that can refuse you services. There are 12 states that you still can't get married. There are 80 countries where you could be put in jail for being gay. There are 10 countries that could put you to death for being gay. But there's no comparison. There is no discrimination. There is nothing. We're still fucking being murdered and stuff like here in the streets, and you talk about something, you don't want us to get medicine and stuff like that for us to survive in this world that has nothing to do with you. I do feel as though a lot of times when it comes to these people that are about church, they've been molested, they have some gay tendencies, and they feel as though if they can suppress their gayness and stay in the closet, that everybody else should be able to do it too, because they feel like if they can't be happy, then nobody else should be happy too. So the simple fact of the matter is that since you can't live your life to your fullest the way you want to live it, you want to attack people who can. It's the same when stars make it to the top. When people make it to the top, people shoot them so much to shoot them down. You don't embrace them or their struggles of how to get there. You're so mad, but in the same breath, you could be doing the same thing you're doing, but you don't do that because you're too much of a bird. A bird flies with everybody else. A leader always flies alone. And when a leader always flies alone, they always stand back by themselves. When look, turn around and look and watch everybody talk about them and put them down. But you could be doing the same damn thing. I have no reason in my heart felt to understand why this man would take out so much time just to go against something that has nothing to do with him, unless it does. And he feels as though, like I said before, he suppressed his gayness, and he feels as though everybody else should be able to do it too. Anyway, that being said, I just want to put this out here and stuff like that to just let you know when you want to get back and you want to cattle back and towards your other gay counterparts and stuff like that, you want to put them down and make fun of them and show pictures and stuff like that, you really need to think that people are really much against you, and maybe y'all need to start much more unity within your community instead of always trying to find some flaws with someone else, because everybody's walking on this earth that's perfect. So maybe once you start exercising that, then maybe we can be much more of a better community. Anyway, that being said, I've had enough. I read it. I did what I need to do. I'm tired. I'm going to bed. It's exhausting. It's mentally exhausting. I'm just over it. And I just don't find a reason why it's always somebody in the church, presumably the God of love, and I'm tired of you hiding behind God to do your devil's work. Anyway, that being said, I want to hear your opinion, how you feel about this, and I want to say hello, all new people. Boom. I want to say, oh, people, bam. And I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. When you do you, I want you to do you the best way you can. If nobody don't like it, then fuck them. All right.